What's up and welcome back to Sunnydale Live. I'm Jonathan and it's been a while, right? Life is just crazy. There's never enough time to actually do anything. You're always behind on something and it's all just overwhelming. Don't you miss being a child? I miss being a child. Those are fun days. Anywho, welcome to Reptile Boy. Not really my favorite episode. I've always found this to be one of the episodes when I'm doing rewatches that I'm just kind of dreading a little bit. Like, all right, yeah, let's get through that. It's still, for my money, like Buffy trying to find its feet and figure out where it's at. But I do love the intro. Right off the bat, we have Buffy, Xander, and Willow watching a Bollywood movie and trying to figure it out and just enjoying it. And it's nice. It's nice to see friends just being friends. Like, my favorite scene from Star Trek, everyone hates the movie, but the opening of Final Frontier of Star Trek 5. I love Kirk, Spock, and Bones just hanging out at a campfire and being friends. Like, I love those types of scenes. I don't know why, I enjoy them a lot. And so this episode of Buffy starting off that way, it tickles me. I enjoy it. But we jump from that nice, sweet moment to one of the like pure horror movie moments of Buffy, where a woman climbs out of a window and is being chased by these men in hoods, and then she's captured. It's masterfully done. It's very tense. It builds and builds and builds. It's really much right out of a horror movie, and it's not a bad way to start an episode. It really brings about a sense of dread. So then we get to the next day, Cordy is practicing laughing so that she can impress guys, and she has a lackey that she's teaching. She's sharing her wisdom with her. It's such a young Cordelia, not the badass that we'll see later on in Angel, but it is fun. It is very much a young Cordy being goofy and not being goofy. Taking herself too seriously, which in turn is goofy. Oh man, I love it. It's just things like that I just love. Buffy confides in Willow that she's feeling bad about Angel and she really likes him and she just can't stop thinking about him. Willow tries to cheer her up. Xander comes and, jealousy full on display. He's a kid. He really needs to learn how to let go and move on and be a friend, but he's a kid. Young guys are stupid. Young girls are stupid too. Buffy should also move on, and you know what I mean? Willow also should. All of them are the same. But Xander breaks off from the rest of them to spar with Cordelia, which is always some of my favorite moments. I really loved, we're not there yet in the series, but when Xander and Cordy date, I thought they were a perfect couple. I really loved them together until, he ruined it. But right now, Cordy has no interest in him. She's exclusively after college boys. That's her goal. Giles, of course, lectures Buffy about how she's not being responsible enough and she's getting sloppy. And she's like, there's nothing happening. What does it matter? And he's like, it doesn't matter. When there's nothing happening, you need to be even more responsible because when something does happen, you need to be prepared. Which, he has a chance. He has a point, but she's also a kid. Let her enjoy her life. He's very much though, and you see it over and over again. He is the closest thing she has to a parent. I don't like Joyce. Joyce is not a good parent. She's so judgy and judgmental and just rude and abrasive. Giles is the parent Buffy needs. We're not even going to talk about Hank. So then we go outside, and we have Buffy and the gang hanging out on the front steps. Cordy runs up to a college boy in a car named Richard, and she's all goo goo gaga over him, right? She's trying way too hard to impress him so that she just seems ditzy. She's laughing at every little thing, just making a complete ass out of herself. Him, on the other end, he notices Buffy, tells Cordy to invite Buffy. Cordy doesn't want to, but Cordy says fine, because she's so desperate to make him happy, she'll do whatever he wants. Complete side note, completely removed from this episode. I started watching Beverly Hills 90210 for the first time. And it's insane. I keep oh my God, Prue Halliwell is at Sunnydale High. Obviously, she's not Prue Halliwell yet. And the high school was used for Beverly Hills 90210 before it was used for Buffy. But still, it's weird. It's cool. It's interesting. It's jarring in a way. but I really love it. I did not know they used the same school. That is very cool. Just a little nerdy thing. Moving on. So throughout the episode, they keep making references to Bollywood movies, which I just love. Like, they have this weird obsession with it. When I was in college, I was like in the international club. I had a lot of friends who were from India. I watched a lot of Bollywood movies in my college days. So that's something like I love that. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's cool. I like it. It connects to me. Back into the story. Richard tries to... Buffy goes over with Cordelia to meet the college boys. Kind of against her will. She does it begrudgingly, but fine. Richard tries to hit on her. She's not having it. She has no interest whatsoever. But then this other guy, Tom, moves in. He's the nice one. Buffy's instantly smitten by him. Xander cannot be more jealous. But Buffy's feeling it. But then Giles yells at her to get to work, and she has to run off. But he made an impression. But Giles, you just gotta love Giles. He wants so badly to help Buffy and to guide her. He's like, I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna make you strong, and I'm gonna make you good. And she immediately overpowers him with the training. And I mean, like, part of you as a teacher, as the instructor, have to feel like, well, damn, am I useless? Do I have nothing left to teach her? She's already surpassed me. What do I do? But then on the other hand, you also have to feel like, wow, she surpassed me. Like, this is great. I'm so proud of her. I'm so thrilled that she's doing so well and she's moving so fast. And it has to be a weird place for a parent. You know what I mean? Like, a little like, well, what's my role now? But also just proud. Buffy goes out patrolling, and while she is, she finds a part of a bracelet. Angel smells blood on it. Angel and Buffy have the most overly dramatic melodrama argument about whether or not they should date. Angel makes some really good points that he's a lot older than her. Never mind the fact that he's, 200 and some years old because he's a vampire. Even when he was alive and was turned, he was too old for her. Like, let's not forget that. He was like in his mid-20s. She's 16. I feel like that's important to reference here. Mid-20s, 16. Just throwing that out there. His argument that he's too old for her is 100% right. His argument that she's still trying to figure out who she is and what she wants out of life is correct. They should not date. Just, pointing that out. But he doesn't let her leave. When she's starting to walk away, he stops her. He tells her that getting out of control that them dating would spin out of control, and she's like, isn't that the point? And I do love this exchange, and I might actually just show the clip.
This isn't some fairy tale. When I kiss you, you don't wake up from a deep sleep and live happily ever after.
No. When you kiss me, I want to die.
I know I was just criticizing the relationship, but you do have to love the melodrama of it all, the Romeo and Juliet of it all. You do have to kind of love it. It is very epic. Next day at school, Cordy asks Buffy to go to the college party, and Buffy, wanting to move on from Angel, agrees. She wants to have some fun. We also gather from the conversation that Cordy doesn't like Richard. For all the sucking up and the trying too hard to impress Richard, it's not about him. It's about his money. The dude's rich, and Cordy wants that money. Because when she's listening to qualities she likes about Richard, it's nothing. It's not. Oh, he's funny, he's smart, he's charming. His family owns this company, his family also owns this company, his family also owns this company. It's like, okay. We find out that the frat boys are dating are the guys in the brown hoods that chase down that woman, and that they have her locked down in the basement, and that the basement is like a cave, but they have her chained up in there, and that they're going to bring more women down there for the purpose of sacrificing them. Dun dun dun. Buffy tells Willow and Xander she's going to the party because she needs to move on. Xander lets his jealousy out in full display once again. This whole episode is very jealousy Xander heavy. They walk to the library while Giles is practicing his fencing, and the dude can sword fight. Like, he is good with it. A little corny, but he's good. Of course, Buffy and all of them watch him, kind of laugh, but don't really address it. But they all just kind of chuckle. She shows him the bracelet. So now they have something to go look for. But Buffy doesn't want to patrol, so she lies and says both her and her mother are sick and she can't really patrol. Giles says, of course. If you're sick, stay home, rest, get better. Willow and Xander judge Buffy for it because she shouldn't have lied. But I get it. I'm very much an advocate of you shouldn't lie. You should tell the truth and be honest. But Giles at this point wasn't listening to her. She told him she needed time for herself. He didn't care. This was the only way in which she would get any moment to just rest and relax and breathe. So I don't think you can really fault her for wanting a moment for herself. It's not asking too much. She is a child after all. She wants to have fun. Cordy, of course, tells her this party's not about fun. It's about making Cordelia look good. Buffy is just there to increase Cordelia's stock, and Buffy needs to understand that. Buffy feels overwhelmed, so she invites Xander and Willow. They both say they don't want to go. As soon as Xander and Willow walk away, Xander says he's going. Why didn't he just accept the invite? Why is he going to the party, sneaking into the party, when he could have just accepted the invite? But he just wants to go to see if there's an orgy there. Oh, also to protect his friend. But really, just to see if there's an orgy there. That's Xander for you. We get to the party, and it is very much a frat party as only done on television. I went to a frat party once when I was in college. Me and my friend, we were just hanging out. We decided to go to one. It was packed. There was a lot of people there, but it was just like everyone just kind of like little groups sitting. There was hardly any music playing, people playing volleyball. It was very lame. And then we got offered, they're like, oh, do you guys want a shot? And I was like, yeah, all right, let's start this party. They gave us one shot and then told us that there's no alcohol at frat parties. It's not allowed. And that they're sorry that the party's kind of a dud. It doesn't pick up until about 11. It was 11:45. It was probably the lamest party I have ever been to in my life. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you about that. It was not great. But yeah, frat parties are not like they are in the movies and TV shows. You know what I mean? It's not Revenge of the Nerds up in here. Anyways, Buffy and Cordy are offered drinks. Cordy takes it. Buffy rejects it. She doesn't want to drink. She doesn't want any alcohol. Xander sneaks in the window and he immediately grabs himself a drink. And he really much looks the part. He looks like a college frat boy douchebag. He's about to find Buffy, but then gets distracted with food. Because, of course, why remember your task when you could eat free appetizers, right? Buffy starts to get bored, and she goes for the drink and then puts it back down, thinking better of it. Then some college boy cheers her. She then gulps it down, and before she can go talk to him, another frat boy who's drunk out of his mind charges at her, trying to hug her. Tom swoops in, saves her, being all charming again. They dance. It's very sweet. Tom tells Buffy, we don't have to dance anymore. The guy's gone. Buffy's like, he might come back. Like, she's feeling him. They then go outside, and Richard offers them drinks, and Buffy, deciding she wants to be irresponsible and have fun, she drinks it. Meanwhile, inside, Xander's hitting it off with some college girls, having a good time. Frat boys get jealous, so they drag him away. Decide he's a new pledge and start dressing him up like a woman. Just manhandling Xander. Poor little guy. Buffy, when she's outside, when she's drinking the drink, she finds broken glass on the floor. But she doesn't really pursue figuring out why. Because she just wants to be in the moment. And she's trying to turn off that part of her brain and just be irresponsible. Which she should be allowed to. But if you find broken glass and it looks hastily covered up, maybe investigate a bit. Willow and Giles, meanwhile, find out that the bracelet belongs to a girl who went to Kent, which is a college or a high school, like a private high school near the college. Buffy finds her way to a bedroom to lie down because she is drunk out of her mind. Because she's been drugged. This is why you don't accept alcohol from demon worshippers. That's just 101. Next to the bed is also a passed out Cordelia. Richard is about to assault Buffy when Tom stops him because these women are not for his enjoyment. They're for their demon, snake, reptile boy boss's enjoyment. Giles wants to call Buffy about the Kent thing. Willow sticks up for Buffy. He's like, no, call Angel. He was also there. He could figure it out. Xander gets kicked out of the party, still in the wig, bra, and makeup. He takes off the wig and bra, tries to wipe the makeup off. And Buffy and Cordelia wake up downstairs in chains. Shit's about to get bad. This is why you don't drink alcohol from demon worshippers. It quickly becomes clear that Tom is in charge. He has these weird carvings all over his body. Cordy starts freaking out and blaming Buffy for being a bad influence and dragging her to the party. You really gotta love that level of accountability. It's very big of Cordelia. Angel tells Giles and Willow about where they found the bracelet, right next to the college, right next to the frat house. Willow gets distracted, though, and starts asking the important questions about, like, how does Angel shave if you can't see his reflection? Which is such a nice, funny moment. I really loved it. But they get back on top. There have been numerous girls who go missing every few years. And so they have to go and check out the college. Willow freaks out and tells Giles and Angel that Buffy is there. And they both seem really hurt by the fact. Giles is like, she lied to me, and Angel's like, is she dating? And Willow has one of the few real good friend moments she has. She puts them both in their place. She yells at Giles about how he's overworking Buffy and he's not letting her have any sense of self, any time to breathe. And how Angel cannot reject Buffy one moment and then play overprotective boyfriend the next. That they both drove her to this, and that they're just being so inconsiderate of how other people feel and what other people are going through. I was so proud of Willow. It's one of her best moments. A half-naked Xander starts to walk home until he spots Cordelia's car because her license plate is little like Queen C. Down below, the ritual starts. Out of the well, the reptile boy, which is the title, it's the demon, it's a giant snake guy, comes out. And Buffy and Cordelia try to freak out. And we learn through dialogue that all of this happens, these sacrifices, because then the reptile snake demon thing gives them all good fortune. That's why they're all rich. That's why their families are all successful. Because they sacrifice these women to this reptile, and he grants them good fortune. Giles, Angel, and Willow are making their way to the frat house. Xander comes up behind them. They tell Xander what's going on, and they go in, and they get hyped up to go save the day, and they go charging, not running literally, but, start heading back towards it. The casualties here. So back down below, Tom threatens Buffy. The whole pretense of being a nice guy is just completely gone. He's a psychopath, and we're now very clear that he's a psychopath. Upstairs, Xander puts on one of the robes, knocks on the door. The dude opens it thinking that he's one of them. He knocks him out. Angel, Giles storm in. Now here's the question. Later on we'll see that hotel rooms also qualify this, but frat houses aren't considered residents because Angel can just go in without being invited. It's weird, right? Like, people do live there. It is a residence. But I guess it's also not. I don't know. It's weird. They need to be more specific about the rules of vampirism and what is and is not considered a home. But Angel starts beating up people, Giles beats up people, and Xander just goes to town on one of the dudes. Like, he lets out all of his rage and frustration. Literally, he's like, this is for the makeup, this is for the brawl, this is for the wig, this is for the last 16 years. Like, he just loses it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's great. Back down below, the Reptile's about to kill Cordelia, but Buffy breaks free and starts fighting everyone. Buffy kicks Tom's ass. She beats the shit out of him. Then she kills the Reptile boy, rightly so, saving Cordelia's life. Cordy thanks Buffy, but hugs Angel, which I love. It's just great. And then blames all of them for everything and tells them she hates them all. You gotta love Cordelia. She's the best. Everyone leaves, except for, everybody leaves Buffy and Giles alone so that they can have a moment to talk. Buffy apologizes to Giles for lying and drinking and getting in trouble. He apologizes to her as well. He tells her that he shouldn't have been so hard on her, that he knows that she's young and that she has a life and that he should let her have time to herself. You really have to love their relationship. It is so sweet. It's such a father-daughter relationship. You just can't get away from it. He is such a good parental figure to her. I love it. I really do. He pushes her because he cares, because he's worried about her and he's trying to protect her, but he knows he's going too far, and he promises he won't do it anymore, that he'll back up a little bit and try to let her have a life outside of her responsibility and duty. The end of the episode, we're at the Bronze. Cordelia is now on a date with Jonathan because she needs to date younger men. She can't date college boys anymore. They're in too much trouble. She wants someone young who she could easily control so that she doesn't have to worry about being sacrificed again. She makes a good point. Xander is reading from the newspaper telling Buffy and Willow how everyone from the frat and all of their families are losing everything. They're getting arrested, their businesses are collapsing, their stocks are collapsing, they're committing suicide. It's just pandemonium. Gotta love it. Evil rich people always causing problems, so it's nice to see them get theirs. And it goes back like 50 years. Apparently that's how long these women have been being sacrificed to these damn reptile boys. Angel shows up and asks Buffy out, trying to finally, do the right thing, I guess, in his mind. But Buffy, she plays it cool. She's like, I'll let you know. And she walks away. Good for her. He was really much a jackass at the beginning of the episode. In the beginning of this, I said that I remember this episode as one of the episodes that is kind of hard to watch. So I'm kind of like, it's a dread. It's not great. It's not Buffy at its best. And it's not Buffy at its best. But I did find watching it this time, it to be a lot more enjoyable and a lot more fun. And there would be a lot more moments of it that I really enjoy and connect with. I liked it a lot. I really liked it a lot. Highly recommend it. Anyways, till next time, I'm Jonathan. Give us legends.